For the safe turnaround of an aircraft to occur, the teams involved follow a number of strict rules that we will go through in this video. From the stand preparation and aircraft arrival through to the challenging time limit of the turnaround and aircraft departure, it's a busy schedule with numerous hazards. To ensure a safe turnaround of an aircraft, the handling agent carries out a centerline walk, making sure the stand is clean and clear of foreign object debris, or FOD. Any FOD identified goes into the FOD bin. Equipment and vehicles are moved to the equipment parking areas, highlighted by a single solid red line inside a white border, usually found at the head of a stand. Drivers must ensure they can move away from these parking areas safely. There is a clear area at the front of the stand specifically for aircraft tug access, and vehicles must not block this route. The handling agent activates the stand entry guidance system, also known as SafeDock. Aircraft must be marshalled onto the stand, and SafeDock carries out this function electronically. When active, the system displays the aircraft type expected and then guides the aircraft precisely to its stopping position. Aircraft marshalling can also be carried out manually by airside operations. Once parked, the engines are spooled down, the anti-collision lights are switched off, and the wheels are chocked. The departure time is shown as a countdown clock in the display panel, and everyone will have visibility of the time as a prompt to achieve their part of the turnaround and vacate the stand. Fixed electrical ground power is connected to the aircraft power supply to run systems on board whilst on stand. Care must be taken working around these cables, as they may become a trip hazard. During the turnaround, everyone involved is given permission to work on the aircraft in a form of dispensation by the airport. The roles are varied and include aircraft cleaning, engineering, refueling, catering, and looking after passengers with reduced mobility. Safety cones are placed at the aircraft extremities to protect it from vehicle collision and warn passengers and staff on the stand of the presence of aircraft engines or propellers, the wings and tail. Drivers may become disoriented in adverse weather, and the cones give a visual warning of the aircraft's proximity. In high winds, the cones are removed to avoid becoming FOD. The air bridge provides covered pedestrian access to and from the aircraft. Vehicles are prohibited from parking or driving underneath the air bridge, as the operator uses the ground markings for safe guidance when interfacing with the aircraft. Passengers may also transit to or from the aircraft via walkways, marked out in green or blue. These lead either to the terminal building or to a coach. Airside drivers must never attempt to drive through passengers during this period. Any incident may end in prosecution of the driver. On pedestrian crossings, care must be taken by both parties to ensure safe passage. Refueling aircraft can be hazardous, and it is essential that the operation is safeguarded. Refueling at Gatwick is provided via an underground fuel delivery system, operating at high pressure. The fuel coupling cover is highlighted by a red circle, and vehicles must not drive over these at any time. Refueling vehicles are given a 3-metre clearance zone, known as the refueling footprint, or fueling zone, where mobile telephones are not to be used and vehicles are not to be driven. So, in the event of an incident on the stand, they are able to vacate quickly. Wing fuel vents also carry a 3-metre clearance zone. The refueler will connect a bonding cable to the aircraft from his vehicle to prevent static electrical buildup. In the event of this cable becoming dislodged, the refueler must be notified immediately. Fuel hoses must not be stepped on or driven over at any time. Many vehicles operate close to the aircraft, and it's important that drivers ensure they carry out safe maneuvers on approach and when reversing onto or away from it. Unless the driver has 360-degree vision all around his vehicle through windows, a banksman must be used. With catering, fuel, passengers and baggage loaded, the turnaround teams depart. The air bridge is removed and returned to its parking position. Fixed electrical ground power is disconnected, and the aircraft tug is attached to the aircraft nose landing gear, either by a tow bar or raised in a cradle on the tug itself. As the anti-collision lights are switched on, a wingman moves into the road at the rear of the stand to stop the traffic. Under instructions from the flight crew and air traffic control, the tug will commence the pushback into the taxiway. Once clear and with the tug disconnected, the aircraft is ready to go. There may be busy, noisy areas with many elements to them, but following the basic safety guidance procedures laid out here will keep you safe whilst operating in and around them.